and 66 cents. Corn at $5.98, $5.73 in the Milo, and $11.59 in the beans. In Coffeyville, Kansas, wheat today was at $7.45, $5.46 for the corn, $5.40 for the Milo, and $11.80 in the soybeans. In Marysville, Kansas, we saw the wheat today at $7.61, corn at $5.43, Milo $5.58, and soybeans at $11.82. Down in Oklahoma, we'll start with Tonkawa, Oklahoma. Wheat today was at $7.52, the corn at $5.55, $5.63 in the Milo, and $11.86 in the soybeans. In the Panhandle of Hooker, Oklahoma, we saw wheat today $7.70, corn at $6.18, Milo at $5.78, and the soybeans at $11.59. So pulling out that calculator, looking at averages today, we saw an average of wheat at $7.58. That is down 2 pennies from yesterday, so not too terribly bad. Corn had a positive day, up 6 cents from yesterday at $5.68 for an average. Milo was at $5.68 for an average as well at 4 cents, and soybeans sitting at $11.78, up 6 cents from Thursday.
Your local weather on KQAM, brought to you by Jewelry Savers. Conveniently located off K96 on Greenwich Road, the Kansas trusted jewelry source since 1971. Jewelry Savers.
Here's your latest Wichita weather. For this afternoon, it's going to be sunny and breezy with a high of 62 degrees, winds gusting to 35 miles per hour. Clear, less wind tonight, the low 36. Patchy morning frost for Saturday, otherwise sunny, the high 66. A cooler day Sunday with sunshine, high 56. Cooler Monday with a stray shower. That's your Wichita Weather Center update. I'm meteorologist Jim Rinaldi.
That's your latest Cake First Alert weather update on the Big Talker, KQAM.
At 4:06, it's currently 64 degrees.
Fighting for freedom every day.
They are absolutely desperate to pretend the last 4 years never happened and for them to go back to what they liked to do before, which is create these massive spending bills to pretend that it's really, really important to you when you only get about 5% of what's in the bill, and they can't do it because we're aware of it. We're paying attention to it, and they don't like that.
This is the Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser.
Finally made it to the end of the week. Holy cow. Welcome back into the program. It is a Friday, broadcasting live out of the heart of the nation here in Wichita, Kansas, on our flagship radio station all over the country. Multiple radio stations, multiple TV stations, live streaming and podcasting. Welcome aboard. Great to have you along for the ride today. Your Millennial General reporting for duty like we do every single day. Now, if you are watching the live feed, it looks like I'm wearing pajamas right now, which I am not. I can't really, I guess I can show you here a little bit. I am wearing a Halloween costume. I was the only one at the entire radio company to wear a Halloween costume today, but I don't care, because that's what we do here and we got to represent. So I am wearing my Thunder Buddies teddy bear costume. Oh, doesn't he look all cuddly? I know. So I am enjoying that. Happy Halloween to you. We have to officially kick off and have some fun because that's what we do, right? Got to represent. It's a big show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff going on as we have the deadline today in the city of New York for police officers, firefighters, 911 first responders, everybody else that's working for the city. Today's the deadline for them to get that COVID-19 vaccine. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. I don't want to go too hard on the politics today. We will mention that, obviously, because it's kind of a big deal. I saw a headline as I was getting ready for the program today, according to the New York Daily News, that nearly 5% of the working adults across this nation may leave and quit their jobs due to opposition over vaccine mandates. 5% of the workforce. What would that do to the nation? That's insane. We'll get to all that and more coming up here in just a little bit. Welcome, and you can find us online on our live streaming, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter, Twitch.tv, also our Instagram, TikTok, and ourfreedombook.com. I think that's all of them. There's too many social media sites nowadays. And you can always find us on the website at HooserReason.com. But we're going to do something a little bit different today, as it is going into the Halloween weekend. And I know some people don't like it. If you don't, that's cool. Whatever. Do your thing and have some fun, or do whatever you'd like to do. Watch movies, eat food, or just watch scary movies. I don't really care. But I like to do something a little bit different. Now, I was really honored and excited to have on just a couple of days ago George Norrie with coasttocoastam.com. You can hear him live overnights on stations all over the country. It is literally like the biggest overnight talk show in the country on radio. and he's been kind of a radio icon for me, so it was really cool to have him on the program. We're going to kind of continue that theme today as we have, now you may be listening all over the country, but I had to get these guys in because they're family, they're really close friends. I've known them for years. We've gone on hunts with them for a long time. I'm involved with a lot of stuff with them, and we do this. It's a tradition every single year, and they're a member of the Taps family nationally that you watch if you watch the Ghost Hunter. The show's actually still on, isn't it? It is. Okay. The Ghost Hunters, the actual Ghost Hunters team, and they have their Taps family members all over the country, and they are affiliates of the Taps family right here in the Wichita, Kansas area. So, in studio with us to talk about some spooky things is the Wichita Paranormal Research Society. Sherry and Sean in studio with us. First off, Sherry, welcome. It's great to have you. Always great to have you.
See you again.
Yes, you're not only just with this organization, but you've also been kind of, family friends, and you've been our realtor and, doing stuff. So welcome, and it's always good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
And Sean, always good to see you, man. We get you in about every year, don't we?
Yes, almost every year.
Almost every year. I know it's hard to get you in with the work schedule, but we do stuff outside of this as well, too. So it's cool. First off, the Wichita Paranormal Research Society, how many members do you actually have now?
We have 12, I think, currently on the team right now.
Yes.
Okay. That's not too bad. Not bad. Now, on average, how many ghost hunts do you actually go on?
Through the pandemic, it's been kind of hit and miss.
Sparse.
Yeah.
Sparse. But before pandemic, we were out almost every weekend.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. Now, the reason I bring you on is because I find this fascinating. I've gone on hunts with you before, and it's the wife and I have, and it's interesting because you get to look, I guess, past the veil a little bit. Is that a good way to explain it? Maybe get to reach past the veil, maybe confirm something else is out there. What it is, it's up for discussion. That we can go down that road a little bit if we want to, but something is out there, and it's interesting to try and make contact with it.
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
We'll talk about some of these stories here in just a minute, but first off, talk about how long you've been doing quote-unquote ghost hunting, and then we can get into some of the equipment, because some people are like, what is this? Like, do you guys, do you do the Ouija board? Do you guys, try and channel and do some weird stuff? Which you don't. You actually use scientific stuff. But talk about how long you've actually been doing this.
We've been a team since 2007.
2007?
Yes.
All right. Your favorite piece of equipment that you use on the hunt?
My recorder.
On the My Recorder.
Yeah, recorder hands down is the best. We've gotten the most evidence out of anything that we've ever.
Audio
any of our
evidence.
equipment. Yeah.
Okay.
Audio recorders.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about the video, the night cameras?
We've gotten a few things. I could probably count on one hand how many things that we've actually captured since 2007 that we would actually claim to be paranormal.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's many more we should have captured.
Yes.
However, because of the quality of the equipment, because we're not millionaires,
Sure.
what has happened is everybody sees something. We all see it. Oh my goodness, the camera caught it. It's actually in the perfect spot. And then the camera will look like it's trying to focus on something that it can't quite capture. And that's really frustrating.
I think that happened the last time we went hunting
Yes,
with
it
you,
did.
and there was something happened to me literally right in front of the camera, and there was an issue, and it didn't get it. And
the new camera system glitched.
that's right, it was the new camera system. Yeah.
And that's happened more than once too, where the whole system will just glitch.
Yeah.
When we were investigating a private home once, and one of our investigators, Luann, saw plain as day shadow person walk through this dining room. She saw it, camera. Remember, you were watching the cameras.
Yep.
We backed it up. The camera blinked out right at that moment. And you actually see Luann react to what she just saw, and right after the camera
And it's gone.
glitches
Weird.
and blinks. Yeah.
Think something
Frustrating.
happened. Yeah, very frustrating. Or maybe it was intended that way. Like it's
It's a very good
be.
possibility. I mean,
Could be.
the EMF frequencies can cause that.
Yeah.
Right.
So can cause glitches in cameras and audio and.
Now let's talk about that. What is an EMF? Because a lot of individuals that are very, very religious don't like this kind of stuff. And to break it down, it's not going in and saying, "Oh, I feel a ghost." It's not like that, is it?
No. So first off, I am a Christian.
Yeah.
I'm a deacon of a Presbyterian church here in Wichita.
Love it.
So absolutely, I'm, and I can tell you, I have So I've personally been actively investigating with a team since 2005-ish, and I can tell you I've never personally ran across something that I would ever call a demon.
Really?
No, nothing. I've never dealt with any. We've never seen anything negative. We've seen ghosts that for sensitivity purposes, jerk spirit.
Okay.
Actual
demonic entities you haven't seen.
Never ran into anything that I would ever consider demonic. I would honestly say that the mass majority of people that deal with something that they would claim as a demon are hardcore Christians, and their faith that they have been taught that spirit is that all ghosts are
bad. Yeah,
are bad. We get calls all the time. We've got a demon in the house. We get them all the time.
Interesting.
But never, but we've what I would call a noisy ghost. We've definitely had that.
So what do you think they are? Are they the theoretical side here? What do you think they actually are? Are they spirits that haven't crossed over? Are they just energetic imprints that are left here? Are they actually someone trying to reach out and communicate to send a message? What do you think this actually is when you actually come across with something?
Basically everything you just mentioned.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Yeah, I was going to say all the above.
Interesting. That is interesting. Okay, so it just kind of depends on the situation.
All the same. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. It makes you ponder. It makes you wonder for a little bit because, some you have, and we've talked about this before in previous shows, of the ones that are just, they don't acknowledge you there, they don't know. It's just kind of the imprint where they, every night they walk to the window to look out the window sort of thing.
Memory playing over and over, or a record playing over and over again.
Exactly. And then the ones that actually are conscious-ish, are aware, and actually try to communicate or, to rip the sheets off the bed and that sort of thing. Which, how often does that actually happen?
Never.
I've never had it. I've never had it
Never
actually
happened.
happen.
How do you measure it? What is it when you sense something there? When you feel it, when you get these signs, when you get these messages, how do you know it's there? Is it energy? How do you measure this stuff?
Through EMFs, EMF spikes, through
electromagnetic field.
Yeah, electromagnetic field. Through recordings, video and audio, and visual. We are, like I said, we are not a psychic group, so we would never take any of that information that, if we ever had any weird feelings in a home, we would never take that to our client,
right?
And say, oh yeah, your house is haunted because we
felt it. Yeah,
we felt something. Not saying that that's wrong. That's just not the way our method.
Not
I
your
think
thing.
everybody has kind of abilities like that, whether they understand or realize it or not.
Sure.
But that's not proof of the paranormal.
Well, and at the same time, a lot of it could be misleading as well, because if you have a high EMF or an energetic level coming out of, say, a bad wire in your wall, you can still get that same feeling,
Absolutely.
correct? So that's when you guys go into it, you're not just saying, oh, it's here, we proved it because we felt something, but you guys scientifically go try to debunk it, right?
Correct. So whenever we're doing a walkthrough of a home, when we first show up to somebody's house or a business, one of us will usually be carrying an EMF meter and check for faulty wiring as we go, and that way we have a baseline for the investigation. So we'll try it with the lights on, try it with the lights off, and go from there. And then if we have anything, and we'll document that, and we'll put that out to the team and let that be known in these areas here. Watch out for high EMFs in these areas, and then we'll go from there. If anything changes and fluctuates with the electricity off, or whatever, the power off, then we have something that's abnormal past that, then there may be something. Not saying it's a ghost,
sure,
but because we'll never claim that an EMF spike, whatever, would be a spirit. We would need other evidence to back that claim up as well.
When you get a call, because like you mentioned, you go and meet with personal residences. You go do both public buildings and private buildings, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't do both of them. Percentage-wise, your thoughts, how many of them actually turn out to be something, and how many turn out to be when someone calls and says, I have a ghost in my house, you go and investigate it, and you're like, actually, you don't. It was something rattling against the window outside when it was windy, kind of thing.
I'd say about 85% are not ghosts.
Really? That high?
I would say even higher than that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, maybe 90%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That say, sorry, no, but yeah, we
That's
actually found
why
out the reason for it.
We are investigators versus ghost hunters.
Right.
Because we spend our time investigating and trying to disprove those claims.
Yeah.
And most of the time we can.
Most of the time you can. That's interesting. We got to take a break here. 20 minutes past the hour. When we come back, I have some audio that we'll play that you guys have collected over the years, some of the fun ones and good ones that we'll play and have a good time with. We'll talk about some more of the equipment. Plus, we will get into some political issues as well. But hey, it's a Friday. It's going into the Halloween. I'm already dressed up for Halloween with my Halloween costume, so I don't care. We're going to have some fun with that. But I want to talk to you guys about about what you guys do some more, where all you've hunted, some of the fun places around the state of Kansas, and more. It's the Voice of Reason. It's a Friday. It's the Wichita Paranormal Research Society all over the country with the Taps family. If you know some of those in your community, wherever you may be, might be worth reaching out to them, especially during the spooky time that is October. It's the Voice of Reason. Stay right here.
The Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser.
Hey, it's Andy Hooser with the Voice of Reason. Fighting for conservative principles seems more difficult all the time. The progressive left seems to find new and creative ways to limit freedom, abuse power, and trample the Constitution each and every day. That's why we need the knowledge, resources, and common sense to push back, and we can help with that. Visit our website at HooserReason.com. There's some really great stuff for you. You can read the latest blog discussing topical issues and current events. Let us know your thoughts by filling out our monthly survey. Keep track of what I might be doing or where I may be speaking. Listen to the podcast of your favorite guest or show, and check out our latest Voice of Reason product infomercials. Plus, you can find upcoming show schedules and guest lineups to plan your radio listening appropriately. And finally, make sure to become a Hoosier-holic by subscribing to the free newsletter. Stay up to date on the latest news of the show, fun facts of the month, and learn new ways to defend and preserve this great republic. It's all there at HooserReason.com. Again, HooserReason.com. Go check it out. Why? Because it's kind of the reasonable thing to do. Hey, it's Andy Hooser. Want to reach out to the show? A big part of the program is you, and we want to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts of the show, maybe a guest we've had on the program, or my favorite, when you disagree with something that I talk about. You can email me at HooserMediaNetwork@gmail.com or send us a message through our website at HooserReason.com. The show's not about me, it's about you. So be heard and be your own voice of reason. Again, email me at HooserMediaNetwork@gmail.com or find our contact information at HooserReason.com. Miss part of the show? Don't worry about it. There's plenty of ways to catch the program, and here's how you can do it. First, make sure to tune in every day right here on your favorite radio station. We're here for you. Second, subscribe to the podcast on any of your favorite sites. YouTube and iTunes, Spotify and Google Play, TuneIn, Podbean, and more. Have the show automatically downloaded to your favorite device. Last, visit our website at HooserReason.com. You can listen to the podcast, catch our special features, and more. It's the Voice of Reason on radio, TV, and online, helping you defend and preserve this great republic. Hey, it's Andy Hooser with the Voice of Reason. The show's growing all the time, and as we talk about the big issues of the day, one of the big parts of the program is you. And I want you to join us on the program. Whether you agree, disagree, or just want to relieve some of that political frustration, we're here for you. No matter where you may be watching, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, go ahead and leave a comment on the live stream. Chat with other listeners and let me know your thoughts on the topic. Also chat with us on the Podbean chat room. Just go to our live stream of the show at podbean.com and chat with other listeners. You can also call into the program. Just download the Podbean app onto your smartphone, join the live stream, and call in through the app. This is your show, and we want to hear your thoughts. So go ahead and join us here on the Voice of Reason and the Hooser Media Network. Hey, miss a show? Don't worry about it. You have plenty of opportunities to watch, listen, learn, and be entertained with the Voice of Reason anytime you want. And here's how you can do it. First, become a Hoosier-holic by going to HooserReason.com and signing up for the show newsletter to get the latest on the show, upcoming guests, topical discussions, and more. Next, subscribe to the podcast and have the show automatically downloaded to any platform you like to use. You can subscribe through any of your favorite platforms with iTunes and Spotify, Google Play and TuneIn, or you can also go and subscribe directly to our Podbean website. Last, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com, search Hooser Reason, and subscribe to watch all of our shows, videos, and get notified whenever we're live. All the links and info are at HooserReason.com.
For a schedule of upcoming guests on the program, daily show topics, or to reach out to the Hooser Media Network, visit us on the website at HooserReason.com. Or for general inquiries, to be a guest on the program, or to have Andy a guest on your program, email us at HooserMediaNetwork@gmail.com. Keep fighting for freedom with us every day right here on the Voice of Reason and the Hooser Media Network. Now, back to the show.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser.
Welcome back into the Voice of Reason. Thanks for hanging out with us today. 24 minutes past the hour. Radio, TV, live streaming, podcasting, wherever you may be watching or listening. We appreciate you very much. Have a little fun today, stepping away from the politics a little bit, although we can't completely because we do have the end of the quote-unquote grace period. Thank you, my kings, allowing us to live our lives without a vaccine. So we'll talk about that here in just a little bit, get your thoughts on that one. But we have the Wichita Paranormal Research Society in studio with us here for the hour, talking about some ghost hunts. But before we get back into the ghost hunts, I have a clip I want to play you guys. And it goes, not necessarily ghost hunting, but it goes into just the Halloween theme and the division that is Halloween on how to get around being culturally appropriating based on your Halloween costumes. As now there is some new tips on how to avoid culturally appropriating when you wear your Halloween costume. Here it is.
Trick or treat. Whoa, man, that is not cool. Your costume is like super racist.
Racist?
Yeah, Mexican's a culture, not a costume, and you're culturally appropriating it.
Actually, it's not just a Mexican. It's Mexican singer-songwriter and cultural icon Vicente Fernandez. Winner of 3 Grammy Awards, 8 Latin Grammy Awards, 14 Lo Nuestro Awards, and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, okay, but still dressing him up like a Mexican stereotype, all ay, is like super offensive.
No, this is how we looked and dressed.
Wait, is that real?
Maybe the offensive thing is you considering a great artist like Vicente Fernandez nothing more than a generic Mexican stereotype.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, dude, you're gross. Just like your cheap-ass candy.
Hi there, trick-or-treaters. I'm sure you're worried about potentially offending people with your Halloween costume. No one wants to be accused of cultural appropriation or outright racism. That's why I'm here, to show you a simple loophole. It's not racist if it's specific. Step 1, pick a culture that fits your body type. Thanks to those Pilates classes, you'd look damn good in a loincloth. Step 2, find a specific member of that culture. Step 3, research their life and accomplishments. The more details you know, the better.
Red Cloud's dying words, they promised to take our land, and they took it. Whoa.
If you do your in-depth research, you can dress as whomever you want, because you will be totally prepared to handle moments like this.
Trick or treat, come on, you can't just dress like a cartoon Native American.
I am Red Cloud of the Sioux tribe, otherwise known as the Makpialuta, one of the most capable warriors the U.S. Army has ever faced. I spent a lifetime fighting for the rights of my people, and this is how you see me?
I'm so sorry. Why?
I wouldn't trade beads for your cheap-ass candy.
Now that's how you get away with cultural appropriation.
Wow, so there it is. So we have figured it out. I figured out you need to find the loopholes within the progressive left arguments of, oh, you're culturally appropriating, because apparently, like, girls are not allowed to dress up like Moana if they're not, you know, of that descent. You're not allowed to dress up as Mulan if you're not of that descent. So you dress up as someone specific, right?
I grew up 80% of the time I dressed up as a gypsy because I thought it was cool and amazing. And
yeah, now that would be cultural appropriation, apparently. Yeah, not allowed to do that anymore. So I guess that's the quote unquote loopholes to get away from it now, is to actually dress up as someone specific. So when they try to say you're just generalizing the stereotype, you can say, no, I'm so and so. This is exactly how they looked. So I am Ted of the movie Ted, and I'm not culturally appropriating teddy bears. That's the way I roll today. So, is that appropriate?
We'll call you Ted today.
Ted. All right, thank you. There we are. The Voice of Reason with Ted. That's right, your TED Talk on the Voice of Reason.
Does that make me Stay Puft because I'm fat?
No, I was going for the Santa Claus. I mean, you're getting the beer.
Well,
You're getting there. But then again, cultural appropriation. We'll take a break out of bottom of the hour break. When we come back, we'll get it back into some ghost hunting here. We have some audio clips we'll play. Plus, we'll talk about some of the vaccine mandates and more. It's a crazy, wild, fun Friday here on The Voice of Reason, because why the heck not? Lots more coming up on the show. Stay here.
The Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser.
Hey, it's Andy Hooser. While you listen to the delightful broadcast of The Voice of Reason, don't forget to check us out and follow us on all of our social media sites. Whether you're using Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Minds.com, or Instagram, we're there for you. Find us at Hooser Reason on any of your social media platforms. You'll see special commentary, links to the articles and news that we use on the show, and videos of the broadcast. Plus, you can directly send us a message on social media during the show to let me know your thoughts. Many already do, and it's a great chat room for all of our great listeners. And you can always sign up for the Patreon site to get exclusive content, maybe hear show products before we air them on the radio, and a lot more. And when you support us on Patreon, you also help the show be able to fight for conservative values each and every day. So it's a win-win. Just find us at Hooser Reason on all of your social media platforms, or you can find a link to all of our social media sites on our website at HooserReason.com. We know you're on social media already, so bring some reason into your day. Why? Because it's kind of the reasonable thing to do.
The Hooser Media Network is way more than just the Voice of Reason. It's your source to find numerous different online talk shows, podcasts, TV, and radio programs, all in one simple online location for you. From political talk to health talk to whatever you may be interested in, we're here for you. And I tell you, it's growing every day. Catch Tracy Maxfield with her podcast, Engage, Educate, and Empower, discussing mental health issues in children and teenagers. From bullying, teenage suicide, addiction, ADHD, and so much more, learn from Tracy and her guests about symptoms, signs, and ways to talk to your children, plus so much more. Having battled depression, being the author of the internationally acclaimed book, Escaping the Rabbit Hole, and being a retired nurse, Tracy is kind of the go-to on the subject. Make sure to find her on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, along with her website at tracymaxfield.com. Also, make sure to tune into the weekly podcast Jump, Pivot, and Roll with Shannon Stiles and Rachel Murphy. Taking that next big leap of faith is hard. Trying to write a book, maybe struggling with a relationship, looking to take that next big career step. What's stopping you? There's a lot of big questions there, and they're questions that Rachel and Shannon want to help with you each and every week. It's Jump, Pivot, and Roll on any of your favorite podcasting sites and on Facebook and YouTube. All of these shows and a heck of a lot more can be found on the Hooser Media Network Facebook and YouTube channels. Make sure to follow and subscribe to check them out today. Follow all the shows, and if you have any inquiries, check us out at HooserMediaNetwork@gmail.com. Hey, miss a show? Don't worry about it. You have plenty of opportunities to watch, listen, learn, and be entertained with The Voice of Reason anytime you want. And here's how you can do it. First, become a Hooserholic by going to HooserReason.com and signing up for the show newsletter to get the latest on the show, upcoming guests, topical discussions, and more. Next, subscribe to the podcast and have the show automatically downloaded to any platform you like to use. You can subscribe through any of your favorite platforms with iTunes and Spotify, Google Play and TuneIn, or you can also go and subscribe directly to our Podbean website. Last, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com, search Hooser Reason, and subscribe to watch all of our shows, videos, and get notified whenever we're live. All the links and info are at HooserReason.com. Oh, hi. You know, conservative messages now are more important than ever before. Election season, state legislative issues, and a rise in the radical left socialist progressive agenda. What we really need now more than ever before is knowledge and wisdom. That's where we come in. Hi, I'm Andy Hooser with The Voice of Reason, and I'm your voice for reasonable talk, conservative commentary, great guests and entertainment on radio, TV, and the internet. It's time to bring some common sense back into the discussion. National issues, state legislative issues, no matter where you may be, upcoming elections, and a heck of a lot more, we can bring traditional values, constitutional principles, and local activism back. And here's what you can do. First, follow us on all the social media platforms at Hooser Reason. You can watch the live stream of the show, leave comments, and even call into the program. Second, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on all of your audio devices, from iTunes and Spotify to Google Play and TuneIn. Make sure to subscribe to have every episode automatically downloaded so you don't miss a single episode. Third, make sure to visit our website at HooserReason.com. You can catch our monthly blog talking about deeper discussions, see who's coming on the program, plus you can sign up for our free monthly newsletter to catch the latest on the show, monthly topics, upcoming interviews, and more. It's time to be that local activist again. That's what the Voice of Reason's all about. Why? Because that's kind of the reasonable thing to do. And it's time for you to speak up, speak out, speak loud, speak proud, speak the truth, and always speak some reason.
Hey, it's Andy Hooser with the Voice of Reason. The show's growing all the time, and as we talk about the big issues of the day, one of the big parts of the program is you. And I want you to join us on the program. Whether you agree, disagree, or just want to relieve some of that political frustration, we're here for you. No matter where you may be watching, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, go ahead and leave a comment on the live stream. Chat with other listeners and let me know your thoughts on the topic. Also chat with us on the Podbean chat room. Just go to our live stream of the show at podbean.com and chat with other listeners. You can also call into the program. Just download the Podbean app onto your smartphone, join the live stream, and call in through the app. This is your show, and we want to hear your thoughts. So go ahead and join us here on the Voice of Reason and the Hooser Media Network.
When Reason Meets Radio. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser.
Darn right you are. A little bit different show today than usual. Halfway through the program, trying to cram that 10 pounds of reason into that 5-pound bag, trying to rebrand the millennial generation, one radio listener at a time. Again, just a little bit different ways today, though. Trying to expand your mind and think differently outside of just the politics, as we are with the Wichita Paranormal Research Society. Now, I know we have a lot of listeners outside of Kansas. Obviously, we have radio stations outside of Kansas. We have podcasters in. Actually, I just got the numbers today. I was working on the newsletter, which if you have not signed up for the newsletter, it's coming out on Monday, our monthly newsletter. You can go to HooserReason.com. That's HOOSER Reason.com. It's totally free. It'll pop up and say, do you want to be a Hoosier-holic? You say, heck yes, I do. Type in your email address, submit it. We'll send you that. It has our monthly blog on there. We'll have our festive holidays of the month, the latest going on with the show, the latest going on with the Hooser Media Network. So a lot of great info on there, and we've had a heck of a lot of people sign up this month. I don't know what changed, but thank you for that. We love it and appreciate it very much, and you'll get some good content. So we are all over it, but I think the numbers showed that my podcast download, we were in 59 or 49 states. I feel like Barack Obama now. I'm in 58 states right now. Yeah, see what we did there? 49 states we had downloads in this month, so we get to track that monthly by month, so that's awesome. We appreciate that very much. But you guys remember TAPS. For those that don't know, the TV show Ghost Hunters, you guys are a family member of them at the local level. How long have you guys been associated with TAPS from the very beginning?
No.
Okay.
You have to be a team for at least 5 years, an established team for at least 5 years
to know what
before
you're
you're
doing.
even looked at to be considered into the TAPS family.
Interesting.
So we applied several times, and finally we were accepted.
Finally accepted, yeah. They want to make sure that you know kind of what you're doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we are the only team in Kansas that represents them.
Only team in Kansas represents.
And they ask for references, and
right.
There's a whole slew of
It's
things
a
you have
long
to
process.
jump through. Yeah.
But now you got to get the big guys here, right? You got to get them to Kansas.
We've had them here.
You've had them here.
Not on the TV show.
Not on the not for the TV show.
Okay, but they've showed up for a hunt.
No.
No, just to see, just to hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it was.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
It was a hangout.
All right.
It was a hangout.
That's cool.
We have what's called the TAPS family reunion every year. Well, yeah, almost every year.
Okay.
And the guys from the show comes and hangs out
and other TAPS family members from around the world. We all gather and bond and have
talk
a good
about
time
ghost
together,
stories.
tell ghost stories. Sometimes we go on an investigation together, but not every one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Very neat. Well, let's get into some of this audio. So there are, I don't know, about 6 of them you sent me here, and they're interesting. But before we do that, let's set some of these up and talk about, both of you, your most intense or scariest experience that you've done on a ghost hunt to try and set the stage.
Go for it.
Okay, so this, I can't say exactly where, but I can say this happened in Arkansas.
Okay.
It's a long story. I'll try to make it short. Some other team had eventually come in and apparently doing rituals and caused something new to show up. And when we came for the third time to investigate this enormous building, we are warned that something new is there. Because normally we'd go there, we'd see mists of people and shadow people moving in and out.
So there was already a lot of activity.
There's normally a lot of activity. Now there's this something else that is literally crawling the walls.
Oh my.
Up the walls and hanging from the center of hallways. And I'm telling you, I still have dreams about this place.
Really?
It still bothers me because I don't know what that is. It's not anything like I have seen before.
Interesting. Now, what did you see? Did you see it climb the walls?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And in quarter of a second, it went from an eighth of a mile to 10 foot from me, and then hit one of the cameramen in the neck.
Oh my gosh.
And left a big red cherry mark on his neck, and all of us were immediately nauseous. And then, boom, it was all the way back down at the
all the way back on the other side again.
And then there it was, crawling up the wall and hanging from the center of the hallway.
What did it look like? What were the details of the makeout of it?
Looked human shaped, but with extra long arms and legs.
Okay. All right.
Slender Man.
Kind of like the Slender Man.
The Slender Man. What kind of eyes? Beady eyes?
No, there were
no
I
eyes.
didn't notice any eyes. I just dark shadow, darker than dark shadow of a shape of a person.
With elongated the limbs.
Yeah. So watching that from standing in the middle of the hallway, walking over to the wall and literally crawling up the wall across the ceiling and then hanging there and doing it over and over again. It's really, really disturbing.
The way you describe it, it almost reminds me of like kind of the portrayal of Insidious, of kind of that movie.
Like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that would creep me out a little bit.
That's the one that
not a regular
really
spirit.
Freaks me out.
Yeah. Right. Haven't seen it since though, right?
No, I went back again and saw it again.
I couldn't get enough of it. I had to go see it again. Had to go see it again.
Well, this place is just, it's an experience in all itself, and it's great for anyone that is interested in actually seeing something, because you're
like
pretty much guaranteed in this place you're going to experience something.
I need to go on this hunt with you there.
Yes,
I don't know that I want to see that yet. Now, that thing's still there?
As far as we know.
They haven't had any ghost hunts there since the pandemic.
Interesting. Okay.
So
all right. So you don't know. Maybe it got the Rona. You never know. Maybe. All right. Yours, Sean, the scariest experience that you've had.
Mine's nothing like that. No, so my scariest one is more in my head than anything else. And the reason why, so we were at a place in Ark City, Kansas. For people that are not from Kansas, would know it as Arkansas or Arkansas, Kansas.
Yes.
Arkansas
City.
Thank
yes.
you. Arkansas City.
I know. We call it Ark City.
Ark City here in Kansas. So there was another location, once again, to be able to put this out, to preface this, why she said that she can't tell you her location, and I can't tell you my location is privacy issues.
Sure.
With the clients. So, but we were at a business in Ark City, and I was in the basement, and there was two other investigators with me, and we were standing kind of to the side, and there was a pole in the way, and there's one staircase that goes out of the building or upstairs, and I went to go put my recorder down on a table, that way I didn't have to listen to the crackling of me, moving it around in my hands.
And what's interesting about this spot is every time I walk past this spot, even in previous investigations, I'm like, something's right
there.
here.
Interesting.
So anyway, go ahead.
So when I went to put my recorder down, I happened to look towards the stairs, and there's this woman in an 1800 style dress I could tell you every detail about this woman. She had black and white striped, vertical striped dress all the way to the floor. I could see her face. The thing that creeped me out about it was she had no eyes. I could see every detail on her face. I could see her long hair,
but no eyes.
But the no eyes part didn't bother me. It's the fact that they looked like they were cut out.
Mm.
And me going into my Christian belief, from the Bible, that they say that demons are going to be missing body parts.
Interesting.
And so I automatically
that's the first thing that went to your head, yeah.
Right. And the place originally was a brothel back in the 1800s. So it was a brothel.
And also, Sean, you'd been studying about.
I was going to say that's
I
the
was
time
studying
you were
about
studying
demons
something
at the time. So this was really psychological.
Yeah,
it absolutely was.
Really.
It
well,
took
just
me,
seeing a full figured apparition like that though was big enough, and then you add that on top of
Right.
it. I mean, that just takes it to another
Sure.
level.
And it took me a year to even tell that story.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't even tell my wife. So
how insane.
Yeah.
I tell you, I've had a couple, not like that. I've had a couple audio things that I think have been very fun. Although the one that we didn't get on camera when I did go hunt with you guys, I got tugged in the shirt. It tugged my shirt, so that was interesting. I'll tell that story a little bit later, but we got a couple minutes here. I want to play a couple of these audio clips. Now, do you have a preference on which one I play first?
Why don't you play the very first one?
Okay.
Because that's the very first EVP I ever captured.
Interesting. All right, so
do you want me to tell the story?
yeah, well, I tell you, let's play it first because we got about a minute and a half before we got to take a break. So I'll play it, and then we can do the backstory into this one.
Okay.
Can we find the exit? I know, just like this.
All right, I heard the whisper in there.
So the whisper is what I'm talking about.
All right, so I'm going to play it again. Everybody listening, if you can listen to the whisper.
Well, I'm not. You can hear me laughing.
Yeah, you're laughing. You guys are having a conversation, and you don't hear this when you're there.
No, we do not.
Okay.
Can we find the exit? I know, just like this.
Wow. You can't see me anyway. What did it say?
She says you can't see anything. This was a minute and 5 seconds of turning on my recorder for the very first time ever. We had just turned the lights off.
Wow.
And it was me and Robin, who was part of our team for a long time. And we were investigating our office.
Okay.
And so we were being two little girls jumping up and down. We're ghost hunting. And we were so excited. So you hear us giggling and talking. But anyway, we flipped this off and we'd stopped our jumping and down, but we're obviously talking and giggling. And then that
right
other
there.
female voice comes in. And this was just her and I in the building.
Just you two in there and the whisper right there. That's wild. Let's take a break. We got some more clips we'll play here. It's the Wichita Paranormal Research Society. It is Sherry and Sean hanging out with us here. We got one more segment. We'll play some more clips. Get you set for a spooky Halloween because why the heck not, right? We'll have some fun with it. And take it as you will. Think about it however you want to and digest it on whatever you believe it may or may not be. We'll have some fun conversations about that when we come back here on The Voice of Reason for a Friday.
The Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser.
Hey, it's Andy Hooser with The Voice of Reason. Fighting for conservative principles seems more difficult all the time. The progressive left seems to find new and creative ways to limit freedom, abuse power, and trample the Constitution each and every day. That's why we need the knowledge, resources, and common sense to push back, and we can help with that. Visit our website at HooserReason.com. There's some really great stuff for you. You can read the latest blog discussing topical issues and current events. Let us know your thoughts by filling out our monthly survey. Keep track of what I might be doing or where I may be speaking. Listen to the podcast of your favorite guest or show, and check out our latest Voice of Reason product infomercials. Plus, you can find upcoming show schedules and guest lineups to plan your radio listening appropriately. And finally, make sure to become a Hoosier-holic by subscribing to the free newsletter. Stay up to date on the latest news of the show, fun facts of the month, and learn new ways to defend and preserve this great republic. It's all there at HooserReason.com. Again, HooserReason.com. Go check it out. Why? because it's kind of the reasonable thing to do. Miss part of the show? Don't worry about it. There's plenty of ways to catch the program, and here's how you can do it. First, make sure to tune in every day right here on your favorite radio station. We're here for you. Second, subscribe to the podcast on any of your favorite sites. YouTube and iTunes, Spotify and Google Play, TuneIn, Podbean, and more. Have the show automatically downloaded to your favorite device. Last, visit our website at HooserReason.com. You can listen to the podcast, catch our special features, and more. It's the voice of reason on radio, TV, and online, helping you defend and preserve this great republic. Hey, it's Andy Hooser. Want to reach out to the show? A big part of the program is you, and we want to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts of the show, maybe a guest we've had on the program, or my favorite, when you disagree with something that I talk about. You can email me at HooserMediaNetwork@gmail.com or send us a message through our website at HooserReason.com. The show's not about me, it's about you. So be heard and be your own voice of reason. Again, email me at HooserMediaNetwork@gmail.com or find our contact information at HooserReason.com. Oh, hi. You know, conservative messages now are more important than ever before. Election season, state legislative issues, and a rise in the radical left socialist progressive agenda. What we really need now more than ever before is knowledge and wisdom. That's where we come in. Hi, I'm Andy Hooser with the Voice of Reason. And I'm your voice for reasonable talk, conservative commentary, great guests and entertainment on radio, TV, and the internet. It's time to bring some common sense back into the discussion. National issues, state legislative issues, no matter where you may be, upcoming elections, and a heck of a lot more, we can bring traditional values, constitutional principles, and local activism back. And here's what you can do. First, follow us on all the social media platforms at Hooser Reason. You can watch the live stream of the show, leave comments, and even call into the program. Second, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on all of your audio devices, from iTunes and Spotify to Google Play and TuneIn. Make sure to subscribe to have every episode automatically downloaded so you don't miss a single episode. Third, make sure to visit our website at HooserReason.com. You can catch our monthly blog talking about deeper discussions, see who's coming on the program, plus you can sign up for our free monthly newsletter to catch the latest on the show, monthly topics, upcoming interviews, and more. It's time to be that local activist again. That's what the Voice of Reason's all about. Why? Because that's kind of the reasonable thing to do. And it's time for you to speak up, speak out, speak loud, speak proud, speak the truth, and always speak some reason. Hey, miss a show? Don't worry about it. You have plenty of opportunities to watch, listen, learn, and be entertained with the Voice of Reason anytime you want. And here's how you can do it. First, become a Hooserholic by going to HooserReason.com and signing up for the show newsletter to get the latest on the show, upcoming guests, topical discussions, and more. Next, subscribe to the podcast and have the show automatically downloaded to any platform you like to use. You can subscribe through any of your favorite platforms with iTunes and Spotify, Google Play and TuneIn, or you can also go and subscribe directly to our Podbean website. Last, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com, search Hooser Reason, and subscribe to watch all of our shows, videos, and get notified whenever we're live. All the links and info are at HooserReason.com. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the program today. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on any of your favorite podcasting sites and have the show automatically downloaded to your phone or computer every single day. Just find us on any podcasting site or go to HooserReason.podbean.com. And be sure to check out our Patreon site, become the ultimate Hooserholic, and help us fight for conservative values every day. Why? Because it's kind of the reasonable thing to do. Now back to the national broadcast of the Voice of Reason.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Andy Hooser.
So I'm actually getting messages on social media right now about the cultural appropriation video we played. Hey, I'm telling you, you need to find the loopholes to still enjoy Halloween because they're going to just destroy everything. Nothing is fun anymore. It's a little ridiculous. Welcome back into the Voice of Reason. Radio, TV, live streaming, podcasting, all the place. Appreciate you hanging out with us here with the Wichita Paranormal Research Society. We got a few minutes left, so I want to play some of these other clips here. Let's see here. I got to play the Hey Man.
Okay.
Because that's a fun one.
Okay, so this one, you want to play it first and then I'll tell you?
No, go ahead and set this one up.
Okay, so this was before I was part of the team.
Okay.
And I had put it out there, come to my office, show me how to investigate.
Okay.
Somebody please show up.
Yeah.
So 2 female members came. So it was me, Robin, and these 2 members. They're no longer part of the team.
Okay.
And I'm giving them kind of a tour of the office, and my recorder's going, of course. And I'm telling them, go into that bathroom, this unisex bathroom. Every time I go in here, it feels like I'm being watched.
Okay.
And I'm telling her to open that over there. And she's opening the door, and then this male voice comes in, and so they'll play it.
All right.
Open up the closet, stupid little wall in front of them. And go in there. There's a closet.
So
Hey,
it's
man.
like you walk in. Well, I got Shane to listen to it because I was trying to figure out exactly what was being said. He's like, it's like you walk into a public bathroom and it's a man saying, "Hey, man, how's it going?" to another man at the urinal.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Nobody ever does that.
No.
Well, that's what he said.
You look straight ahead and do your business.
You just
wash
look
your hands
down.
and
You
leave.
just, yes.
Hey,
well,
man,
apparently
how's it
that
go?
was a very
well, he
cheeky
was
fellow.
talking.
Yeah.
He was talking to us.
Hey, man,
So-
how's it going? In a unisex bathroom as they walked in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
That's interesting. All
Hey,
right.
man, how's it going?
Hey, man, how's it going?
That was not any of us
All
or
right.
women.
All right. How about this one here? Don't go in there.
Okay, so
That sounds a
this
little creepy, just
was-
setting the stage there.
Yeah, this was out at Cowtown, and I think it's in the Murdoch house, and you just hear this voice. I think I'm telling Shane, let's go up there or something like that, and then there is
So it's just you
ghostly
two. Now, do you hear it when
reply.
you're there?
No,
No.
we don't hear it. This was on my recorder, and you hear,
And this is a clear one.
don't go there. Oh, no.
Do you want to go in there?
This was in my old office.
It's,
This was in my old office. I know.
In your
This
old
was
office.
in my old office.
Okay.
And we were going in the basement, and we got this voice that says, "Don't go in there."
Don't go in there. All right. Here's this one.
Do you want to go in there? It's,
All right. Some of you have heard that it was only one channel there, so it may not have come through for some, but it was just a clear whisper. Don't go in there.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Let's see. How about? Oh, we got to save that one for last. That's the best one there. Here we go.
No, it was on the back of my other leg.
Peace.
Peace.
That's the hippie ghost at the Orpheum Theater.
Peace.
I was up in the balcony taking pictures, and one person was on my right, and it felt like best way to describe it is a cold finger that ran from the back of my knee down to my ankle.
Wow.
And I'm like, something touched me, and she says, "Was it me?" And that's my reply, "No, it was the back of my other leg because it was on my
Other
opposite
side,
leg."
yeah.
And then we had that.
Peace.
Yeah.
Someone's still
Super loud.
live and let live, apparently, on that one.
Yeah.
Just loving. All right. We got about a minute left, so here is the really scary one, apparently, for some. So be prepared on this guy as it screams. We have just about a minute left, so... Wow. Yeah, no, that was an angry one. Not very happy on that one. Right. We got about 40 seconds.
Okay, so I'll hustle. So the reason why that doesn't sound as crisp as the other ones was because that was actually captured on a real old cassette tape.
An old school thing.
Yeah, an old school thing.
Wow.
So that's the reason why it doesn't sound as crisp. And when she put it on her computer, she amped up the volume and then deleted it before. Anyway, so that was the only time we've ever gotten an EVP like that, and we've investigated that building for 15 years at this point.
Wow, that's great. We're out of time on that one, yeah. We'll have to continue that conversation for a later time. It's Sherry and Sean. Good to talk to you guys. Wichita Paranormal Research Society. Everybody have a happy Halloween. We're back at it on Monday for The Voice of Reason all over again to kick off a brand new month. Until then, this is The Voice of Reason. I'm Andy Hooser. We'll see you on the radio. Hey, it's Andy Hooser. While you listen to the delightful broadcast of the Voice of Reason, don't forget to check us out and follow us on all of our social media sites. Whether you're using Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Minds.com, or Instagram, we're there for you. Find us at Hooser Reason on any of your social media platforms. You'll see special commentary, links to the articles and news that we use on the show, and videos of the broadcast. Plus, you can